Anfield, Africa.
For the century, as you know, since Liverpool last won a league title. Are you ready for the wait?
25 years ago, and it's a long time. It's time to start. It's time to restart. So if somebody wants to help LFC, you have to change from doubter to believer. If we want, this could be a really special day, but on a special Liverpool way, we can be successful. We are at the beginning of a development, so we have to know that we can play better. That is the most important fact.
Jurgen Klopp is saying thank you to his supporters, the fans and the players together.
What is up, my people? Welcome to our YouTube channel, Anfield Africa. I go by the name, I guess, Saleh. You can also call me the Ratata. Can you do a subscribe to this YouTube channel if today is your first time here, and turn the post notification bell on in order to get notified anytime I post a new video. All right, you could clearly see that my voice is a bit low and a bit, emotional while recording this video. I know I'm very late to the discussion of Klopp leaving the football club. I don't know what to say. I'm short of words. I imagine this day to happen, but not so soon. That's life. That's life. That's how I see it. We I don't know what to say. I'm short of words. I was shocked, surprised when I heard the news. When I went on the internet to find out Jurgen Klopp said he'll be, stepping down. Right? I was just listening to sports and I just had, I was just listening to one pundit and, the co-host alerted him that there's a breaking news, which he spoke about Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool releasing a press statement and a video confirming Jurgen Klopp will be leaving the club at the end of the season. To me, my take on it is, we all know, you and I know that this will happen one way or the other, right? We all know there's gonna be a day a club will say, no, I'm leaving this club, right? But you and I, we didn't expect it to be this soon, right? Because his contract expires on, the summer of 2026. So we're hoping we have, 2 years, should that one be the case, we were thinking of him even extending that contract beyond 2026, right? So we're hoping, or we didn't think, all our focus was, on the players who will be running out of contracts next summer, which is, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Mohamed Salah. So our focus was on these players and other ones like Thiago Alcantara, who happens to be back into team training today, and Joe Matip too, where he's not back, he's out of the season, right? So that means Matip played this last match under Klopp, the time he had the ACL injury, right? So I'm a bit down, so forgive me if you don't hear my voice clearly, because this came as a shock to all Liverpool fans. And we don't want to look at the brighter side for now, right? I know there's a good side of this. There's a saying that goes, you have to learn to leave the stage when the applause are high, right? When applause are high, you have to leave the stage. That's when, people miss you, people believe you. You don't want to debt your legacy. I understand that. I understand how Klopp left Dortmund. He came back. He went to the UCL final versus Bayern, lost came back, arranged the team with Dortmund, won 2, Bundesliga titles with them for 7 years. Within that 7 years, that's when the love for club was, was massive, was growing, was booming. Within that 7 years, that's when, they began to believe in him. But he left them when the applause were high. Right? He left and came to Liverpool. Liverpool signed for, he signed for us in 2015. And, during his first interview, he said he's changing us from doubters to believers. And which we all know he did. He did, right? He did. He did. So, the rest was history, right? He came here and appointed Award as, sporting director. I mean, a lot of substitutions he brought in. One thing is he's going with all his, his team, his technical team. Let me put it that way. His Pep Linders will be going to search for his, his own managerial position, top assistant coach, right? So, Klopp said he told Liverpool around November, right? He told Liverpool that he'll be leaving at the end of the season in November. So, I don't know why they didn't tell us to now. That's my point. That's my problem. They didn't tell us to now that the season is becoming more tensious. The tension of the season is quite growing. That's when you tell us this news, to bring down our joy. We're all singing Club version 2.0, Club version 2.0, Liverpool 2.0. But you guys knew this, but you didn't tell us. I think the better time they would have, used to address this issue is at the end of the season. Maybe like how we knew Bobby Firmino was leaving. It was about a month to the end of the season. That's when, you give us this news. But within or the middle of, the league running here, going to final, going to the round of 16, he thinks we can't get distracted. But this is a tool for distraction for other opponents, right? So, I guess to me, my take on Klopp resigning as a Liverpool manager is I think it's solely his decision. And from my point of view, it's good, but it really hurts, right? It's very, very hurtful, considering the love we have for, Jurgen Klopp, I've seen, names of managers popping up. The likes of Xabi Alonso, the likes of Roberto De Zerbi, Zinedine Zidane, Unai Emery, Angel Postecoglou, the likes of Julian Nagelsmann, you can name it. But to me, if you have to ask me, who do I prefer? I know many of you out there want Xabi Alonso, given his current circumstances, how he's done well with Bayern Leverkusen this season, right? This season, how he's doing well, leading the Bundesliga. He went 24 undefeatable rounds in December, which is the first for a manager in Bundesliga to go undefeated in 24 months. We know he holds that record. But to me, if I was to, given the mandate, given the authority, given the power to select a coach to succeed Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to pick Roberto De Zerbi. Reason being, he has the Premier League experience. One, and his style of play will suit Liverpool. That playing from the back ball, losing the ball, pressing. This guy went toe-to-toe with Klopp. Sorry, not Klopp. He went toe-to-toe with Klopp, though he scored Klopp in one of those games, And Pep, he went toe-to-toe with Pep Guardiola. A match versus dominant Man City, who won the treble last season, versus Brighton last season, who went for Europa, didn't win any trophy. That last season match, he dominated a treble winning team. So I guess this guy is the best fit because he has the work and the ethics of the Premier League. He has the experience of the Premier League. That's solely my point, that he has the experience in Premier League. And also, the style of play will suit Liverpool, that intensive pressing. I'm not downplaying Xavi Alonso, more credit to him, but I don't kind of watch Bayern Leverkusen's match, right? I don't watch Bayern Leverkusen's match that much. You get me? I hope you understand the point I'm coming from. Fine, even Klopp say he will resign at the end of the season. You and I know we can't do anything about it. We have to live with the fact. He said it. He said the good times, you have to, cherish it and move on. It's not easy. It's not easy to move on, right? It's not easy. As I'm speaking here, I'm speaking out of emotions. I'm just trying to, solicit myself or my mind, my mentality with the fact that if Roberto De Zerbi comes, we will be fine. But that isn't the case. That isn't the reality. Who knows? He might come and flop. He might come and reign more than Jurgen Klopp did. That's the problem here. And I'm kind of, using that one to comfort myself. I'm using that Roberto De Zerbi scenario, Xabi Alonso scenario to comfort myself. In such a way, I'll not get worried, or I'll get over Jurgen Klopp's decision. But it's not that easy to get over Jurgen Klopp's. People, I've heard a lot of pundits comparing, and contrasting Jurgen Klopp's success under Liverpool, whether he's being a successful manager or a successful. Should he appear in the top 3 top managers in the Premier League, where the likes of Alex Ferguson, one pundit mentioned Alex Ferguson to be his number 1 because he did very, very well, won many EPL titles. Second, he was talking about Pep Guardiola, where Pep Guardiola has, won 5 EPL titles with Man City. And his third was Mourinho. He was, a bit down with Mourinho and Arsene Wenger. He said Arsene Wenger coached, Arsenal for 22 years, and he won 3 Premier League titles. And Mourinho came in, or wasn't up to his total years in the Premier League, wasn't up to even 20 years. So he waited, People can have all theories of, comparison. But I'm here to assure you that Jurgen Klopp came in as a Liverpool manager, where Liverpool, 2010, Liverpool was about to, collapse the team. Like, we were about to go, extinct. Where the FSG came in and bought the club. Right? 5 years later, they brought a manager who changed the believer from doubters to believers. A manager who won their first Premier League title in 30 years. That's the first Premier League title in Liverpool. Since we started the Premier League, the championship changed from champions, the Barclays Premier League, not the Barclays Premier League, English Championship, to the English Premier League, to the Premier League in 92. From 92 to, 2019. Liverpool couldn't lift the Premier League. But this man came, changed the narrative. We won the UCL under him, the Champions League under him, for the first time in 14 years. 14 years. Can you imagine? Not to talk of the EFL Cup and the FA Cup. So a kind of manager like this, if you are not rating him, you are rating him based on he being in the club for 9 years, winning 1 Premier League title. So you are rating him based on that, bro. Yeah, I don't know what the pundit you are. Because this guy changed every narrative about Liverpool. How they play, how they think, how they respond to things. How the team is portrayed on social media, everywhere. He changed the life, the culture of Liverpool Football Club. Everything from head to toe. You could see it clearly. The pattern, how Liverpool is, how they play, bro. Any kind of man is living. And here the pundits comparing him to other people who have been founded, financially backed by rich owners. I know people will say this argument is baseless because, why don't your club owner to, squash the money, splash the money and spend, right? But this guy has been able to build teams upon teams, quality, top performing teams with low budget. So when I heard the news, I was shocked, I was surprised, and first upon hearing this interview, I couldn't get my head around the interview. So I had to set an alarm for his press conference, which took place at the AX Sports Training Center, 3 p.m. That's 15 o'clock GMT. Which took place 15 o'clock GMT, and he analyzed and answered all the questions. That was when I got to know that no, this man is very, very wise, very, very intelligent. Jurgen Klopp, very, very intelligent guy. Because you could clearly see he said the reason, and I think that is the reason. Not FSG not backing him. That is out. Because if it were to be FSG not backing him, he told them November. So if it was FSG not backing him, you will see a massive signing this winter. This winter transfer would be very, very massive. You if you're a Liverpool fan, you just wonder how is Liverpool signing about 3-4 players this summer just like that with higher stake, if were it to be just the signing or the money intake or something like that, whether his pay is no good or FSG would have done something. But this man stated that he stated emphatically that his energy, he could see, he's aging. That's why people don't really, especially in the sports, in the sports niche where people are aging, they don't want to believe they are aging. So they think they can keep on doing what they did when they were young. Right? Football and aging are just directly opposite. They are opposite to each other. They don't meet or cross anywhere. Right? They don't meet or cross anywhere. Get it? Aging in football, if you're aging in football, that's it. The things you used to do when you were young, you can't do it again. So he has sat down, realized it. For him to come out with such a decision, I think he thought of this over 1 year. Because it's not an easy decision to, come by, conclude. He thought over this for at least a year for him to come out with such a decision. Because, he know he's aging, right? He knows he's aging. So his energy, the energy he put in, is very, very tiring. We sit behind the scenes, watch, he doesn't perform, criticize him, he performs, we praise praising him. He doesn't do this, criticizing him. But behind the scenes, this guy is putting a lot of weight. The training sessions, the pre-seasons, all takes, energy, and he thinks he's aging, so he can't catch up with the pace or the pace or the energy level of the Premier League. That's why he's doing this. That's why he said he's stepping down for at least. He has to have a normal life for at least a year. And I think it makes sense. It makes sense. What he's saying is it makes sense. But we are hurt. Jurgen Klopp, you've hurt us. You've risen us to a point where there's no turning back and just left us there, that we should find our way through. Right? And my other point is Liverpool coming out with such a statement or such a release this time means they have a new, or they have already scouted a successor of Jurgen Klopp. Take this from me. Them coming out to release, the video, whether taken days back or yesterday or I don't know. Them coming out publishing such a communique means they've already had a successor, which they've already made the undergrounds work before coming out with this video. Because let's do the math. Jurgen Klopp told them November that at the end of the season you resign. So why did they wait till now, till on the 26th of January, exactly 11:05 a.m. was when Liverpool released that video on Telegram, that short video on Telegram, saying Jurgen Klopp says he has something to tell the fans, and he said he's leaving the club. There should be a background work. There should be a groundwork that they've done and they've succeeded, but people don't know about it. You are just going around mentioning names, mention this. It could be surprise. This Liverpool, we could have a surprise coach, a coach from nowhere, nowhere who fits their profile, just push him that way, right? Or it could be a top coach, because as a top club, we need a top coach. I'm very, very sad. I know I'm very late on this issue, but I'm very, very sad as well. That's why I'm spitting my heart out. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, Bro, I'm very, very emotional right now, I had to, jot this date down on my wall, so I'll never forget. I'll wake up every day to see this date on the wall. My heart is broken. My heart is really, really broken. Upon hearing the news, my day just went, bustling, hustling, just like that. I was just out of this world when I heard the news. My I couldn't capture the way what was going around me. I couldn't capture it all. I was designing a landing page, but I just heard the news, listening to that pundit, heard it. I was just still, so I had to rush to Telegram, to Twitter or X to know what is going on there. Where, I went, the news was true. I had to accept my fate. I had to accept it, that it is what it is. I want to overcome. But, bro, Jurgen Klopp will be in the Norwich match. You will see this guy performing well, knowing very well that he will be leaving at the end of the season. How will it feel to be a Liverpool? Be in my shoes. How will you feel putting up a spectacular performance in front of the court, and definitely this guy is leaving the club, bro? That by August Klopp won't be in the club. Latest by August, Klopp will be in there. So September, let me say October. This year, October, Klopp won't be playing a match in Liverpool. How? The likes of Coutinho went. That pained me, It was very, very painful. Coutinho went, it was very painful. Danny Storage went, it was very painful. Sadio Mane went, very, very painful. Very, very, very painful. Roberto Bobby Firmino went, it was very, very painful. But Jurgen Klopp going is heartbreaking, bro. It's heartbreaking. I can't, I couldn't control my emotions when I heard that. I was in the office listening to sport. But all those around me saw that I was hurt. I couldn't, capture what is going on around me. It was like I was in a shock. So I had to stop listening. Lay low, put my head on the table, set alarm for there, 3:30 or 1500 GMT, the press conference to, get a glimpse of what is happening. I was very, very confused, devastated. I wasn't disappointed in Klopp, right? It's his decision, right? I wasn't disappointed, but I was shocked on his decision. I knew all this while that there's a day coming, Klopp will resign or he'll be sacked. I didn't want him to be sacked. I wanted him to resign. But not this early, right? Not this early. I didn't want Klopp to resign this early. I didn't get my mind on that. I didn't put my mind, I never thought of it. I would think about it maybe next year summer, which is 2025 summer, because his contract will be ending 2026, right? So 2025 summer, I'll be thinking about, Klopp might be leaving any moment from now, But we are in 2024, bro. January 2024, and this is out, bro. Mind busted. This is mind busting, mind blowing. But it is what it is. I don't want to talk much about this issue. I'm nearing 30 minutes talking about this 30 minutes, which is quite long for other people to listen. But I just want to speak my heart out. If I decide to speak, I might spend hours upon hours, days, weeks to record this. I might spend weeks, months to record, to pour my heart out, to feel free. But I can't speak everything I think of here. I always this audio video find Jurgen Klopp. He should listen to a diehard fan. He should listen to a diehard fan, one of his diehard fans. He should listen. And maybe it might change his mind. But bro, this guy has made up his mind. He isn't changing his mind. Because at the press conference, he was asked that Sir Alex Ferguson made a decision to resign at the end of the season. But in the midway through the season, he had a change of mind. And even he didn't know such thing happened. He was shocked that, there's such thing happened, and they said yes. And he said no. For him, no. It was a no. Which, at that moment, that statement he made, it was like they were using a spear to penetrate my heart. I was feeling the pain. He could have said, maybe we'll consider we didn't. Bro, this man just gave the answer. No. What? Yeah, again. I don't know what went on, I don't know. At first, when I heard it for the first time, I don't know, I had this notion that maybe Liverpool versus, Liverpool and Egypt about Mo Salah's issue has transpired, all this. But I began to, dive in deep, and I think what this man is saying has go beyond, that Liverpool, Egypt forcing him, maybe Egypt officials or the FA Football Federation has approached Liverpool to, do something, or Jurgen Klopp disrespected them in saying Salah should return back for better facilities. So I think that has sparked the war for Jurgen Klopp to say he has resigned. But looking at things, how this guy is saying, how he's talking, I don't know. He has made up his mind. That's when I heard that he said it as early as latter part of last year, which is November. That's when I said, okay, them assumptions were wrong. It's not about Liverpool, Egypt, everything. It was just about solely his personal issue. Some things are personal, which he can put out there. We should accept the fact that Jurgen Klopp will be leaving. So we have to enjoy the few days ahead of us, few months, the few games left. Let's enjoy it. Probably win some titles, all the titles we're competing for. Let's win it and make his record and, build a statue or, something for him. Because Jurgen Klopp is Jurgen Klopp. And he will ever be my best coach I've ever seen. So, all right, do what to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like, share, and comment. Let me see your comments. Let me see your comments in the comment section below. All right, so till we meet again, adios.